Oh man, what is good, family? What is good? Please go ahead and throw those A's in the chat. If you can hear your boy speak, go ahead and throw those A's in the chat right away. What is up, family? Thank you so much for coming on by. Oh my goodness, I thought I was gonna be able to finish this damn back test on this micro cap over here, man. Do not confuse me whatsoever. I will not trade something this small ever. Right? So I, I it's just to further my audition pieces right here, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and just show that my system is versatile in all asset classes, man. Micro caps, small, mid, large, mega caps, whatever it is, man. It works everywhere. I just want to display that it does. And I thought I was gonna be able to finish it right. I need everything needs to still be added. I still need to create the standard distribution curve. Still need to create uh, the standard, the upper bounds and lower bounds of the first standard deviations as well. So it, it is an entire thing that's happening right here. But I got Cryptic Trader in here, man. What is up, Cryptic? Good to see you, bro. And let me unmute you real quick. Say what's up.
What up?
Oh man, dude. So yeah, I was running this back test on this MMAT yesterday. Yesterday I spoke about in the I'm sorry, in the Arca Bulls members in Discord. I spoke to Busy Brands and he was saying, dude, what do you think? And I gave him an entry point and for today, right? So I told him the retracement. There's going to be a retracement, although there's an upside on this. And I gave him. This was actually supposed to be 652, not 655. It shifted a little bit, but this was the entry range here, and this is the day's work, right? So the bottom side came up to 650, and let me see. Yeah, the low is 650 on this. He called me right away, and he was like, "Damn, bro." And it retraced, right? So it literally went to 650, and the thing just kind of catapulted to the 760 range. So that was a clean 17% jump. But at one point, man, that thing jumped even further than that. But it was pretty dude. I felt it in my gut that I wanted to trade it so bad, but I'm like, man, microcaps, it's just such a huge risk.
Do
It's
it.
yeah, it's always such a problem, man. These things can just at any moment some dude could just get an itch in his balls real quick and be like, I'm gonna take a profit on this today. And then he takes profit from his average at 2 cents or something, and it just dumps out. So I can't do it, man. But what I did notice here is that throughout this back test, the condition that I kind of set out here was for anytime that volatility it starts an expansion phase from contraction. Same back test on the buy daily of Tesla, but this one is on the daily time frame, and it does have a nice ramp up right now with stochastic momentum in the bullish control zone. This and also, you know what? Let me just check. Let me just check the ADX. I want to see what DMI is saying on this because that would be the final like say here. Oh, dude, hell yes. Yeah, this thing is primed, man. Yeah, it's above 25%. It's 27% ADX. You have DMI plus on top. Uh, bullish control zone Stokes and complete expansion phase with a very healthy expansion curve, dude. This is primed for a continuation to the upside. I'm expecting to see stochastic momentum deeper into the bullish control zone starting tomorrow. Look at the daily volume; it's actually peaking above the moving average already. Definitely a lot of interest, and the oh my goodness, yeah, not bad. 43 million in volume here for today. Yesterday was 225 million, so there's definitely some interest. 84 million prior to that, yeah. 5 million prior to that, yeah. This volume here is there's interest, there's volatility entering on this, and it could pop or something. But again, I'm not the biggest fan of assets like this, dude, to trade. I think it's just good for the audition piece. What I have done so far is this. Uh, I just started the samples. There's a total of 52 throughout the daily time frame, the entire history, all the way back, right? And this is giving us total of 38 iterations were guessed correctly out of those 52 to the upside, which so far is giving us a 73 spot 07% upside accuracy. So not bad, not bad thus far. I'll keep the team updated with this, just in case there's any whatever. But I'm not the again team. I'm not the biggest fan of trading really like anything under $50 now. I don't know. I have to. I used to be all about small caps, but it's just ever since I stepped into that realm of large caps, mega caps, aka cryptic,
Finally learning.
aka cryptic, telling me to get the hell out of those. I'm like, bro, let's go. Screw it. Let's put the system on that. It's been a different type of thing, dude.
It's consistent. That's why we're always green.
Yeah, man, literally consistent. It's so much. I will say that the difference between remember the Polygon data the database. So guys, I know that you're familiar with crypto assets. So when I'm speaking Polygon, I'm not speaking of Matic, the ticker symbol Matic for crypto. Not that. I'm speaking of Polygon, the database for equities, right? So you can pull out any information on it as long as you speak Python. So for example, you can tell that I explain this all the time, but you can tell the damn thing that, let's just say that you were looking at ticker symbol like IBM or something, and you wanted to pull out however many times the 3-period exponential has crossed over the 7. I'm sorry, maybe a 10 SMA, right? An SMA 10 period, and you want to know how many times that has crossed to the upside over the last 3.5 years on the 4-hour chart. So that thing will give you that information in a heartbeat, right? So it'll give it to you historical data of any kind, any equity asset. So that there was some information pulled out of that regarding the small and micro caps, and it's I have to share it because damn, dude, that'll give you the overall bias here, and you'll be incredibly selective over what you're trying to long in the micro caps, right? So you're looking at a 90% of micro caps and small caps are shorted over 70% of the time of their lives, dude. So knowing that fact really opens your eyes into potentially staying away long or longing it for a shorter period based on fundamental news that pertains to the shorter term, right? Like a forced share recall, buybacks, maybe a staff changes particular to the CEO, or something powerful, maybe a CFO even, you know what I mean, dude? Like those kinds of things. It would have to be particular to the short term. But other than that, fundamental analysis from these small caps and micro caps, they're going to be more for the longer term. And while you could find some good assets in there, it's going to be difficult because even I personally know quantitative traders that are short biased that particularly look for the small micro caps to reach the dollar range just to get shorted right back under. You know what I mean? So it's literally a hunting sport for them, and I don't blame them, dude. It's just the nature of the beast, and gotta play it careful. But yeah. Oh, Devin, thank you, dude. Thank you so much for that dono, my friend. Really appreciate you. And you were talking about a ticker that you wanted me to see right before that, right? I'm going up the chat here, and I'm noticing that I've missed a couple of responses. CoinFox saying this track is hype. You're banging your head in your sleep in your bed, dude. Thanks for the comment, my brother. That's actually I'm a seasoned producer, music and mastering engineer as well. That's me. That entire track is all me. It's I play guitar, I play bass, I do it all, man. Synths, everything. So YouTube says that you can't use somebody else's music unless you'll get demonetized. and copyright claimed, and all kinds of threats will come at you. So everything I play in YouTube is mine. At least, I'll merge some talents in hopes for better content. But Devin, brother, I'm sorry, I'm missing the ticker that you were talking about. I'll look at it for you, dude. Thank you so much. That's really kind of you. But if I can't, I can't. I'm having trouble finding it. Oh, BCEL, BCEL. Got it. Got it. Got it. Sure. Let me give it a quick eyeball. BCEL and see what it has. So this is okay. Super risky asset, kick you in the butt. All right. First of all, this thing is probably got a average true range under a cent. Let me just make sure of that though. Yeah, well, it's actually 6 cents, so it's a little higher than normal, but still very very dangerous. And it looks like it's a huge gap up here, starting on what is it running on though? Is it news? Let's see, December 26th. That's still kind of almost a month ago. I don't see any fundamental. Is it an upgrade? Let me check out the financials on this or the forecast. Yeah, so it looks like it definitely got an upgrade here to $2 recently. And TradingView has it on a strong buy, at least from the analyst rating. Technicals are also a strong buy, but technicals are sometimes just bullshit. So let's speculate a little bit. Let me see its behavior. So nice close, man. Nice close on the post after hours trading. Nice. You have a above. it's a closing above that EMA 200, just slightly under that EMA 50, SMA 50. A little bit of danger here. I can see an immediate short term downside here to test. I would say prior day open or prior day low, right around the 294 to maybe I'd say right around there at around 2880. If you do miss that 2880. I'm sorry, if you do reach that 2880, this is going to be in danger of deeper pullback, right? You would use that EMA 200 on a 5-minute retracement back to the hourly. Let me check out the hourly LRC on this and see how we're doing there. Yeah. And in fact, I do think that that's going to be the case, brother. I feel like you're going to retrace here to 2860. Make sure that you can validate that support there with an hourly close. This overall, it may actually just be another higher low, and a signal for continuation, right? So it's looking okay. The chart is not the ugliest thing in the world here, although it's been on a decline forever, So, yeah, dude, I would be proceeding here with absolute caution, but the chart looks immediate short term back, immediate short term downside followed by potential validation for a continuation to the upside. It doesn't look bad, man. I'm just not the biggest fan of these assets, man. They're really they really are dangerous, right? Hourly time frame SMA 50 down there. The SMA your 20 SMA is down there as well for validation. So I don't see it as likely that it would break down beneath that. So it may just need that validation. We have a breakout from that SMA 50. We haven't come back into it just yet. So yeah, it's looking cool, man. Heads up on this and be very careful. Minimal risk, right? Do not bet your life savings on this type of asset, man, because there are better things to trade, and there are things that can bring you consistent gains, right? This is tough, man. And I'm trying to be as nice about it as I could. So, love you, buddy. Thank you so much for that dono. I really appreciate you, man. But yeah, you guys. So there are. I'm gonna say that there is. A Cryptic will tell you himself too. But I feel like the markets are about to shift to the upside in kind of a dramatic way. Over maybe starting tomorrow, definitely into next week. The charts are suggesting some weird, like really important closes. For example, Meta closing above your. I mean, yes, I look at the 5-minute, but I look at the 5-minute and over days, right? Like the weekly 5-minute, something like that. So in this case, you're getting the 5-minute closers way above the EMA 200, above the SMA 50. And Meta could experience a little bit of a pullback at open. Don't be afraid though, right? Because it's just going to end up being another higher low in a good position to really load some extra bulls. So there is a chance here that this may retrace back to around around the 373 range. It's roughly right. You have an hourly gap back down here, which could be a little bit of support at 373.51. But there is, and also the which is the Thursday, January 11th highs. So that could be a strong area of support before a bounce to the upside. I don't see this as bearish whatsoever. I do think that this is just gonna short-term time frame distribution, right, and then reaccumulate and continue. But what do you, Cryptic? What's your LRC telling you on the beyond that? I'm looking at around 381. So I'm thinking that this could probably reach 384 eventually next week. Maybe it's
I don't
looking
have it up.
bullish.
Meta and Microsoft are both in weird spots. They're both about to break the 52-week high, but they're both about to hit the top of a ascending wedge.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they're both, if anything is, they're both the same spot. They're both going to break the 52-week high and hit the wedge at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of tricky. It could be a fake out.
I hope not. Remember, you know what? CoinFox actually just said something interesting. He says, I don't know if I don't know if you recall me saying this last night or 2 days ago. He's saying, Arca, I'm seeing a possible mega dump into the end of the month, like SPX 4600 to 4560s once the OPEX gamma gets wiped tomorrow. I was expecting a potential correction, like a macro pullback, not like a I. It's just I can't say reversal because I'm not sure that it would be a complete reversal, but I can definitely see it as a huge drawback starting in March. So this is a little bit earlier that what he's implying, but what you're saying, CoinFox, is definitely not out of the question. I actually was speculating on that just a little later. So it's curious that you're seeing a bit earlier. I feel like I have to start running a back test on that. And
Well,
I mean, sorry, buddy, go ahead.
a Danny fake out to bring. It could be either or. It could actually be like a bull trap too.
Yeah, yeah, right. Because if I mean, we're in
Yeah.
a lot of these
We need
assets
to
are
see.
around bull trap area.
Honestly, right now we need to see what happens when we break. To see if we break both resistances, because we're talking about a 52-week high, which is a huge resistance, and we're talking about the discretionary wedge resistance. So
Yeah, and then look at
it's
Netflix,
got to
man.
break both of them.
Netflix is also close to those highs. It's actually a 5 minute closure above the SMA 50, EMA 200, and SMA 200. Hourly LRC just below us. Immediate short term time frame retracement of 484.64. Continuation to the upside here. You have an hourly ascending triangle, right? That's psychologically an upside formation, right? So this can lead to the top side of the LRC around 496.15 and beyond into tomorrow. So we may actually be able to beat that 496 and hit 500 soon on this. That's
Netflix
it.
has more room than the others
Yeah,
before
because
it hits anything.
and then Netflix also, if we're observing daily ATR on this, we're talking big ass move. This is almost a $12 ATR. So yeah,
I have 490.58 and 497.18, and I have my wedge at 495, 494.
it,
So it's got a little up, and the high would be
you're saying
well,
497 on this?
the 500 is going to be a huge psychological anyway
Oh yeah,
barrier,
the
anyways.
503.41. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's range too, right? You have that
Mhm.
the high of 589 to 503.41 as a critical area of resistance and psychological sell point. Um, I mean, but with enough let me see the 4 hour volatility and moment, dude. This is a lot of upside here in stochastics. We have some contraction here, But well, let me see the hourly. Sorry, buddy. Go ahead.
Oh, nothing. I'm just. It's a little tricky. It could go. It's gonna go up, but we need to see what happens when it hits the 52 week.
We're getting we're getting cascading. I mean, look at this. See, the hourly is almost maxed out, right? It's a overbought percentile stochastic. So you jump into the buy hourly, you have that upside pivot just beyond the 80%, 3 hour time frame in the bullish control zone, 4 hour time frame entering the bullish control zone. So this is the the wave, right? The dominoes are kind of toppling over from the immediate short to the
I ha-
to
I
the
have a
medium
lot.
term.
My scanner picked up a quite a few that are about to break 52. I got Broadcom, which is pretty big, Salesforce, CrowdStrike, Home Depot, which doesn't move well, Meta, and Microsoft, and AMGN.
Um,
They're all about to break the 52-week high, so that could push up.
dude, if we start getting some breaks above 52-week highs on some of those assets, that means that you'll be able to pull. There's enough market cap between those to influence big tech and the SPX. If that's the case, it's just a little different working with the SPX because it doesn't really work with volume. It's how can you know what we can see right now. This is yeah. Let's do this. Let's take a look at the ES right now and see what's happening. Um, I was observing actually a few things. I noticed that there was a lot of weakness on the WTI, which is your oil futures, and I also noticed that there was weakness on the DXY. So if I'm noticing, and also on 10-year the 10-year yield bonds and everything, so there's weakness in that, which means risk on equities. So if we have weakness all across the board, if we have weakness nat gas, oil, DXY, the 10-year, if we have weakness all across that, that means that the markets are probably about to shift, or they are shifting for an upside continuation. Let me see the daily here on ES. Uh,
Also, Nvidia hasn't stopped, so
yeah, and that's going in price discovery. That thing is massive. Yeah, man, that this is not looking it's not looking bad whatsoever. Huge bullish engulfing on a daily time frame. We opened that new daily just a few hours ago. This is likely to continue to the upside, and yeah, we may be getting a shift on the daily Stoke. Let me actually kind of finesse that a little bit. I'll give it a shorter look back. Let's do a 1 day look back with a smoothing factor of 1. It's still pivoted towards the upside, so not bad. And the daily average two ranges is around 45.29. So if this is going to continue, your opening valuation here is 48.11. Let's just say 48, right? So this thing is set to go to 48.50. So 48.50 just so happens to be your ascending triangle resistance. You're right at 48.40, 48.41. If it's suggesting 48.50 or beyond, yeah, that would be breakout plus retest continuation. So I know that this is looking dangerous as all hell. It's because we're lingering at the previous all-time high. We're lingering there. Let's you're thinking weekly ugly. Let's see the weekly. Mm, you have a yeah. This is definitely not looking good on the weekly. I'll show you my perspective as to why I don't believe this is all the way completely bullish, and I think we may have the bulls probably should not overstay their welcome, right? Because this is it feels conditional and it feels limited, but definitely looking at decline in volume and an incline in price, right? You have a bearish divergence, volume versus price. So now, if we're looking at maybe, let's see if we have a bearish divergence on momentum, that would say a lot. In fact, there is, and we could validate some more. So if we get a, yeah, we could still continue to the upside here, some more, and then pivot again. So what you're looking at here is lower high potential on momentum. So somewhere around here, right? So if we can peak there, you're gonna be creating a higher high in price wherever that may be. 16 hours and 24 minutes to close the weekly here. That would be closing into Monday or Saturday, right? Because the ES 23/7 hour, 23/7 trading. So this, yeah, you're getting a lower high in momentum, higher high in price, hidden. I'm sorry, regular bearish divergence. Uh, and I see several drives actually. So yeah, man, there are things here that could bring the market to what I'm looking at here is a potential mean reversion. Your typical old school mean reversion, man. This 50% of the returns could be that retracement, 45.80, potentially around the 46.30. So if that's the case, let me pull up the reversion variant here and see if we have a target there, dude. This is a damn it, man. To be trading futures short here, oof, dude, that would make us a lot of money. Let me pull up a reversion variant and see if it has that target down there. Yeah, check it out. I was thinking 45.80 reversion variant. The mean is located at 45.35. Yeah, this is a complete. What we're seeing here is a complete wall to wall move. Two standard deviations up, two standard deviations down, or down and then up. Potential retracement soon. This thing is getting ready for a potential pullback. CoinFox said end of the month puts as fuck. Let's go. uh Dude, so yeah, I see dude, yeah, we're topping out here, man. So we may get a bullish market for the next couple days, but that would be it. But dude, I think that we could get a whole wide rally.
That's what I'm saying. I sense a fake out.
Right, the bull trap. We're in bull trap area,
Yeah,
though. To be fair,
I sense a bull trap. I do. It's too much.
it's
It's too much to
frothy.
break
It's
on too
frothy.
many. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's way too frothy. So I
I
mean,
could be wrong, but
I mean, you're seeing it, dude. I'm now seeing it. You know, CoinFox is seeing it. Some people have been telling me about it on Twitter. Like, I don't know, maybe we're a little overbought. When we're starting to feel, and also, what's the, we can always look at that stupid ass thing. The What is it called? Uh, the fear and greed index. I don't even know where that is right now, and it's probably in greed, right? But that's another
yeah.
little thing to kind of observe. Uh,
I'm still waiting for that Nvidia retracement too. It's gonna be hard.
yeah, that's going to be tough because the longs are going to get, I'm sorry, the shorts are going to get destroyed for a little bit of price discovery. And I guess we can see a geometrical top on that. So uh, let me see. Let me get rid of these stupid things here. I definitely don't need them. It was just a test of a bunch of crap. Fucking little chop zone there. Yeah, we're completely breaking like this huge chop area. It's finally breaking out of it, right? So let's see if we can pull prior range high to range low fib. Tell me, buddy.
No, nothing. I'm just gonna check the options
Oh, I see.
real quick. Let's see what they say.
If you're looking at a geometrical top, naturally, it would be the $600 zone, right? 2.618 at 596.08. Highly likely to find some pullback there. I know it's only $10 away because Nvidia does have a huge ATR. I think it's $14 or more. Let me check on that. So and look at I'm gonna see the daily time frame, of course. So dude, this is, yeah. We're looking at $15 in average true range, man. So what you're basically hearing here is yeah, I think I think 590, which is that's pretty impressive. that we'd be getting right smack in between the 2 spot 272 and the 3 spot 618 at 590, right in there, which might as well would actually wick into that 596 and pull back like freaking crazy. Not to mention that this thing's already on a little bit of a hanging man here, and there is volume. Uh, I can't ignore that. I can't ignore this, but it doesn't mean that I would enter it yet. But there is a huge bearish divergence, volume and price, right? So this is, you're definitely getting declining volume here, ascending price. That's a huge no-no, right? I'm not going to ignore the fact either that we're getting increasing volume on the bear side, the sell side. So if we're getting that increased volume there, that may be the hint. See, we're actually moving above the moving average on daily bear volume. So this could be that hint that there could be a top found soon. And if I'm not mistaken, this is also setting some drives of hidden bearish divergence or regular bearish divergence. But like I said, dude, this is dangerous. I think with the markets propped up, Microsoft, Meta, all those others, I mean, trillions and trillions of capitalization could push these things to the upside. I'm just not sure if I would see that upside on Tesla. Tesla still is kind of the ugly duckling, for me.
Problem with Tesla is that the market's pumping. Tesla's gonna chop
Yeah.
unless it's a catalyst.
N-
But unless like
did you,
Elon blows up in a
bro? Did you see what
Cybertruck or
CoinFox is
something.
saying? Look, he just said, "No worries, Putin, whatever his name is, nuke Monday morning." Are you serious? Is that really something? I haven't paid attention to the news on
Oh,
that. Okay,
well, it's
goodness
not real.
gracious, dude! Imagine. I'm like, who the hell? What I'm not a nuclear. What I meant is he was gonna go bomb some other freaking. I thought he was gonna literally go and drop a freaking something on somebody. Not nuclear warfare, like for real, for real. Oh man, somebody was just talking about. Didn't wasn't there an attack on Iran or something just last week? So
When's
I'm like,
when when's Nvidia earnings?
I'm gullible with that thing right now, man. Nvidia earnings. When was that?
Uh,
Uh,
It's coming up. Earnings season is just starting.
AR-15, buddy. Do
And
you know when the earnings report was here for Nvidia?
I don't know when it's coming up.
Nvidia ER is okay. So it's actually it's coming up still, but it's later this month or
I
what?
want I want to see
Uh,
when it's coming. Oh, it's February 21st.
February. Yeah, it's damn
21st.
it. It's way out there.
It's way out there. Because what I'm seeing is like the option flow is aiming for 600.
Oh, they added it.
No, they're aiming for 600.
Interesting.
That's, yeah, but there's nothing on the put side, which is unusual. It's just all bullish.
Wow.
So
That's interesting. Here it is, dude. Look at this. Check the chart. That would be the end of May 2023 to wherever we pivot here. That's what I'm looking for a mega drive of regular bearish divergence, and that's literally from here. Check this out. Whatever ends up happening anywhere here, if we reach that 596, if we reach the 600, that's what I'm looking for. If it does validate that, that would be a ridiculous topside and a huge mean reversion. So this thing could fall like crazy, but I would not unless we have deep confirmation. Dude, look at this. It's getting there, man. 512 retrace, 512 mean reversion on a daily. That's nasty, dude. That's huge. Mm,
well, it is gonna fall, but I think it's gonna push to 600.
yeah, I'm thinking too, man. That 600, that could be the 518, dude. That's very close. That's very close. This is two standard deviations away from the very peak of the Bollinger Bands. That's the 512.46. So, dude, we have that. If you get that 600, that 518 is very real. Uh, dude,
That's still like a few weeks away.
I
We're
think
not there
yeah,
yet.
because we're on the daily time frame here. I think that this and remember, Well, actually, dude, we may be able to reach. I see things bullish tomorrow and Monday, so we could reach the $15 in one day,
ATR is not still 16.
right?
It's slowing. It's slowing down a little bit, but it's still 16.
Yeah, and we're at 576 or 575 or whatever, 571. That's 571. What's the after hours close on this? That's it was a little bit higher, so this thing may gap up.
574.45.
Nice. So 574.45 compared to the 571 is gapping up, man. We may gap up in the morning. Tomorrow could be. You think so? Shit, that would be crazy.
It won't get there tomorrow.
That would be. I mean, that's a 1.618. That's dude. You're talking about a. Yeah, you're talking about a 30-point drop. The average true range on this is that's twice that. Maybe that can be seen over the span of 2 days. Northwest Sasquatch is saying, Cryptic, your voice sounds so adult, unlike your chat voice. Dude, don't mistake that. He still talks shit like that.
Yep. Pendejo.
Pendejo. Dude. Man, you know what? I think it would be a shame, actually, if NVIDIA didn't at least go for the 590s into the next couple days, because this is such a huge effort. You know, I think psychologically, like, everybody's gonna be like, let's just sell out a couple points under 600, you know, and let this thing dump.
My linear rig is showing 583.54
on hourly
right now. Yeah, the top.
Let me see mine. I want to compare it to yours. I don't remember yours, but I will tell you, at least in the following hour, I'm at 582. What's yours again?
583.54.
Nice. That's what I was talking about a little earlier. I was wondering if we would start seeing the 584.
So.
Well, especially since the hourly time frame. Let me see.
See, this. I think this is my speculation. We have a lot of stuff that's about to break 52 weeks, but I think NVIDIA, once it hits 600, everything's going to keep going up with NVIDIA to 600. Then everything's going to crap down with it. That's kind of how I feel it's going to go.
You're looking at a 1.41 trillion cap here. It definitely has the weight. Is it really? Let me see the hold on. Where was I? It was over here. I'm going to look at NQ1. Well, I mean, the weekly is, it's close, man. It's close to that. It's close to that potential resistance. But if this thing expands even more, if volatility continues expanding, because this was a critical contraction here, this was a real contractive area, and there is expansion happening. So this may actually try to reach, the NQ may actually try to reach 18 as probably another 900 move, another 900 points. I wouldn't doubt that it could either, right? Because it's I mean, dude, it's a $17,000 asset, right? So, or 17,000 points. So this is 900 points is kind of a, just a little over a sneeze. It can do it. And you're looking at the daily on it. Yeah, but that would be at a critical resistance. There's going to be some pullbacks along the way. That's a weekly. So daily time frame, very likely for this to reach another 200 points, 17,335, right? 17,335. Retracement would be back to the linear regression mean band, and also to the mean reversion 16,889. I have the linear regression at 16,874. So that's it's confluent. And the condition here would be to close the daily candle above the daily linear regression. So if it does not close above that daily linear regression, or let alone the mean reversion, this would get ready for a 2 standard deviation multiplier to the downside, which could be anywhere between 16,400 down to yeah, actually 16,400 will be it. So that there is going to be chop, right? Because I mean, you can see it here, man. Week by week, there is like, this freaking exaggerated zigzag here, man. The markets are just they're strong, but also, when is the next freaking Jerome Powell? When is that fucker gonna come and create a nightmare out of all of everything? Um, let's see. In That's gonna be March, which is gonna be the oh damn it! It's gonna be March, which means that we're gonna be encountering the quad witching, or the it's a triple witching now. They took out the stock options out of the flow there. So yeah, that's gonna be. I can see institutions trying to push the options out of the money. Call options. End of January. Wait a second. Uh, which one? Which one could it be? Jerome Powell. Are you well, are you talking about FOMC minutes, or let me see. That's what I was thinking, CoinFox. That's my retracement here. That's my mean reversion, 16,889. With a conditional though, right? As long as you do close above that mean reversion and maintain that support with well, yeah, you would need just massive validation here for a continuation to the upside, but you could you could see a nice 400 to 500 point increase. And if you're using the e-mini futures, that could be, I think it's an equivalence of like what, 50 $60 per point, per contract. It's some crazy amount of money. I'm looking for the next FOMC minutes is that was the one that we just passed, January 3rd. So what date are we on right now? We're on the 18th, right? So let's just look real quick. Okay. Foreign exchange rates, selected interest rates on the 22nd. Money stock measures on the 23rd. Let's see. FOMC meeting. Yeah, dude. So the FOMC is on the 31st. Yeah, CoinFox, if they are able to if they drop, if that would be the first time in the, an average correction is 547 days, right? So you're looking at a typical 18-month correction. If they do go negative rate hike, that is the first time in all of that time that they would cut rate, and that would officially be considered a Fed pivot. So if we're getting a Fed pivot, that means that the markets may not give one hell about the resistance that we're at and completely rally on that news. I mean, dude, and those expectations were based on them. They said it. Like, they said that they were likely gonna, upon a Q2, I think they said, right? Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that would be a huge day. Hell yeah, it would be. Um, Destiny. That's teaching futures trading is a whole other animal in itself, and it's what I will say is that while it is probably one of the safest ways for you to for you to trade. Futures trading is outside of dark pool manipulation or whatever you want to call it, right? Futures trading is definitely the purest form of price action. It is also a clean way to wipe out your entire account if you don't know absolutely what you're doing, right? You have to be reactive to a chart, very reactive to a chart when trading futures trading because you are levered like nobody's business. I mean, look at this. This is a 17,000 point asset. So that's a that's a if you there's a lot of weird little rules in there. It's 23/7 trading, right? So during the hour is the actual day's end and it opens up the new day, right? So if you by accident hold that contract or those contracts into that hour, you will get a margin call saying that you owe them 17,000 times 2 because you're holding 2 or 3 or 4. So you would need to fill the margin requirement for something like this. Futures, short-term trading, whoever I know that trades this is short-term, right? Minute by minute, 15-minute moves, 30-minute moves, shorter. But this is a way for you to really wipe yourself out if you don't know absolutely what you're doing. Um, which is why I don't praise on it too much. But yeah, but this is the purest form of price action. This is good. This is good stuff. What will happen will happen here, right? But just know for a fact that I would encourage you not to look into this just yet. I think some more exposure, some more screen time would be required here. Uh, before kind of going into this realm. CoinFox saying my guy trades futures and only swings for months. His last trade was 4 months for $80,000 a trade. Before that was month lost at 30,000. Wow, yeah, that's crazy, man. This levers you like crazy, man, crazy. Every guys, look at this. It's 17,000. What is it right now? It's active right now. It's really volatile. See, it's moving point up, point down. So for every point that it moves up is the equivalence of $50 per contract or something like that. I think NQ has a different than the ES. The ES has 50 bucks for every point that it moves up. So if this thing goes up $10, there's your answer. And if you're looking at the daily, this has $220 in average true range. 50 times 200 bucks, man. One contract. How about them? How about them apples, man? Yeah, that's true. I think the micro e-mini, the S&P 500, right? The micro e-minis will give you around 12 bucks for every dollar. But that, remember, it's $12 gain and $12 loss for every dollar. So you're levered to the downside as well. So you got to be super careful over how this is treated. But yeah, team, I think is just another way to. My brother says it all the time, dude. Don't introduce me to something else that I can lose my money to. Right, so I'm not gonna do that to you, Destiny. Please be very careful. Just another way, another instrument to give your money away on, Dude. Oh,
Dude, you're gonna make all these people broke, dude.
for real, man. Listen,
Imagine.
Destiny options contracts are dependent on the Greeks and implied volatility. Uh, Futures contracts are not. They are not. They trade more like a stock. Okay. here's Here trade futures and here's some Vaseline, right? So they're gonna butter you up for the huge drilling. Options, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Danielle saying there's a 4-hour iteration of a bearish engulfing. Let me see. No, not quite yet. Actually, I actually don't see one.
Mm.
The last one we had, Yeah, no, I haven't seen a bearish engulfing here in a while, actually. Not even this. Oh, that was the last one, I think. Let me see. Oh, damn, not even that one. No, I haven't seen a bearish engulfing on Nvidia for a good while, and on the 4 hour, that is right. This was a weird setup on a bullish engulfing on the top of a trend, which is not the best setup, right? You want to see the bullish engulfings under, at the reversal signal, or a shift to the upside. But yeah, 4 hour time frame. Yeah, definitely. I'm not seeing one just yet. However, there are wicks, kind of to the downside. That I don't know what to make of those just yet, man. We're gonna have to be super aware of what's going on.
Do I maybe have my
Yeah,
notes wrong then? Because I thought I
pre-market
thought
will tell us.
bullish engulfing was like a red candle followed by a smaller that engulfs the smaller green candle. Do I have
Uh,
it backwards?
so you're looking at this. Look, check it out. So we're gonna draw here two different formations, right? So you have two candles like this. Make sure for a bullish engulfing, make sure that first of all you're in a. I'm gonna draw this trend for you. So go ahead and notice this, right? So you're on a downtrend, right? Then your bullish engulfing would be this. Let's go ahead and just color this red and color this green. So this would be your bullish engulfing. Green candle engulfing the prior red candle, right? So now when you are opposing this, right, that would be on an uptrend. When you reach the top of a trend, you want to make sure that your green iteration is engulfed by the red iteration, and this would give you a bearish engulfing, red engulfing the prior green. And this would introduce potential price. It's a symptom, right? That would give you a potential reversal. Um, and
What I definitely missed in my notes was the direction
where
of
it
the price
happens,
action.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they happen all over the place. But the ideal setups and the validation of them would be that direction. And yeah, just similar to like when you see a shooting star, you don't name that a bullish hammer because that would be an indication of weakness in the market and a potential reversal from there. So the shooting star is very similar to a inverted hammer. So the inverted hammer appears at the bottom of a trend, signaling a trend reversal for an upside. It always it depends on direction. Just like your bear pennant and your bull pennant, right? Your bull pennant would appear as a continuation formation at the top of a trend, and your bear pennant would appear at the bottom of a trend, converging price, right, as a continuation formation for the downside. So yeah, it's just everything kind of has that little weird condition when it comes to when it comes to price direction or the bias. And remember, right? That's only a symptom, and make sure that you can use it alongside other metrics. See if, for example, that bearish engulfing. Make sure that see if there's probably in price action, at least you'll be able to notice that there's a prior gap somewhere over there near the top that can prevent price action from continuing to the upside. Maybe a critical moving average, either in the upper time frames, daily, bi-daily, weekly, right? Any of those, because the time frames that the moving averages that you want to see up there in a 5 day or a weekly is rejections from an SMA 20, right, or EMA 21. One of those would likely land in the top sides, or a reversion back into those. You'll notice that there's a lot of confluence between the SMA 20 and upper time frames with the major pivotal points. But yeah, we'll continue covering that, and I think the more you see it and the more you expose yourself to it, the better your ability to identify those things will be. But it all just relies on you definitely need to put in the you definitely need to put in time to continue observing the charts and screen time. But yeah,
Arca,
Danielle, thank you
um,
for
can you
asking.
hear me?
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Good, good. Hey, I had a quick question. What's your back test show for your demo thing for Netflix if it prints a weekly inside bar
Oh, you know what? On a daily you're talking about, or what?
on a weekly?
On a weekly, I need to run it manually, but I can try to put in the.
I'm just curious because it's right now it's on a weekly inside bar at a high. I'm just curious to if you had any kind of
And you said it
anything
was
on
Nvidia, right?
Netflix. Sorry,
Oh, I'm
Netflix.
sorry. You did say Netflix. NFLX. And let's go to the weekly time frame. And let's go into, yeah, definitely. I see it. So let's see. Let me load volatility on linear, and what's going on with my mouse here? And stochastic momentum. That thing's jittering. I'm losing battery again. Okay. So let me put this on log, and now this is I would prefer running this manually, right? So this would be I see the weekly, right? But the issue I'm not seeing coming from the weekly. I see it coming from the biweekly, and that's because we entered critical contraction, and now we're expanding from that with a preparation here with a stochastic shift towards the downside. This is complete weakness. So this back test would actually be ran for any time that volatility contracts and we start the expansion phase. Which, by the way, that signal fired off uh, at the print of the last biweekly iteration. So this is recent, and the setup is now in play. So what I could do this. Look, I have a shorter term. I've already coded that system, but I haven't coded it for larger time frames. So let me see if I can apply it to this and see what kind of results I get.
Yeah, I was just curious. I mean, I think this thing's getting ready to run, but it may just be next week.
Maybe so. Yeah,
I don't know.
and also these are macro time frames, right? They're going to have variance.
Yeah.
Or there will be variance.
When is their earnings?
Netflix earnings?
Yeah, I'm looking right now.
It's funny because they
The
would usually
23rd.
show. Oh,
22.
holy crap! It's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here.
Fuck Netflix.
I am not even getting a buy or sell on this, but if I'm looking at the conditions, I've coded this, like I said, but for the shorter time frame. So let me take a look at the parameters
I
here.
think 520, 530's on deck for this thing, but I don't know.
Damn, wow. That's yeah.
I have 530, 535 to 537 area.
You're talking about that critical resistance. I see.
In that box, somewhere in that box.
You're talking about the 50% of returns within that area.
Mm-hmm.
I see. So I'm gonna look at the list of trades here, or the performance summary. So, let's see. I want to know how far of a move this thing is making. The average or the largest winning trade here. Okay. So the largest winning trade is based on. You know what? This thing has bigger iterations than 12%. So it's taking the larger winning trades at around 11.5 to 12%. So yeah, I think that I have to run this manually instead of running the algorithm through it. The system is giving me shorter term trades, which, by the way, it does have. It's giving me a really weird read here because it's a 100% read. So that's not. I'm not. Let me see if I can do something else here. Maybe if we can start off with a base account of 50,000.
I mean, you don't have to do it now. I just was throwing it out there to see if you knew about it or if you had it.
Yeah. Oh no. I actually didn't look at it.
Definitely on watch for a big move.
Let me see. 0.005% on commissions. Let's do 100% ratio for long. on a bi-weekly time frame. Getting an average. Okay, so we have. Yeah, this is not.
Cryptic, you still there? Hey, homie. I was asking him earlier that I saw NVIDIA 465 put sweeps come in at the bell today.
Oh,
A couple million worth. Yeah, for tomorrow's expiration. It was kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't know if they were selling them or buying them or what, you know.
yeah.
And then that weird hangman candle too. I was like, damn.
Oh, for a downside. Damn, a weakness.
Potentially. Uh-huh.
Let me adjust one more thing here because I'm
But
actually
you know,
getting
just
curious.
bag the late call buyers. Nvidia's already put in what a 20% move in the last 2 weeks. This month,
Yeah.
that's plenty.
So it looks like yeah, yeah, I think my system is more optimized for the hourly to 4 hour time frame. I'm getting a 97.34% accuracy, so the profit factor is ridiculous. And
For upside, right?
yeah, so I'm getting a 20%, a 20.5% drawdown to a 122% net profit, and that is a total of closing trades of 713 over the last few years. So it's very small the amount of times that it's trading this, and you're looking at four trades in every hourly bar. And so it's out of $100,000, it's made $122,000, and it's lost around 45,000. So I think that this could still be optimized a little better. Yeah, like I said, I'm working on further developing the algorithm for volatility versus momentum. The conditions they're pretty straightforward. Right now, I'm looking at a simple moving average 8 period versus a volume weighted moving average on a 7 period. I'm waiting for those to kind of oscillate between each other. The threshold for the stochastic momentum would be to buy above 20%, and to either buy to either buy at the threshold of 90% to the downside of volatility and linear, and or buying at beyond the 15% threshold of contraction. And I have a trailing stop of 5%, and the offset is 1, and I'm definitely using volume weight. So I can tighten this up to see if I can get a read better that's better for a weekly time frame. But I'm in development for something that's a high frequency trade for the day to day. Where you just leave it doing its thing and passively gain.
That's cool.
Yeah, and this is
I like
this.
it. I mean, that when I saw your video when you were showing this thing, I'm like, what the hell has he got going on here, dude?
Oh, so that
This
was
is
yeah.
awesome.
So this is the automated system, and what you were
Yeah.
observing with, for example, like MMAT. This is where is it? Sorry, there it is. So yeah, what you're observing here, this is a manual
Yeah.
backtest. So this is
Oh, no shit.
yeah. So I do like the thing that I just showed you on Netflix. This is the automated system doing what I do manually. So I'm setting the conditions and I'm making the code act as me, but I'm optimizing it for a very short term. And I use this personally in the 8 hour and above, because dude, when you start using this on a 4 hour or hourly, you have an immense amount of iteration into the 150 to 200 iterations, which, by the way, statistically speaking, is a good habit. But I just I can't do that.
Because of a bigger data
Yeah,
set.
yeah, and I can't do
Yeah.
that manually because, dude, I'd be manually backtesting for days to try to get an hourly time frame, total history backtest. So I had
So
to.
your system is like moving averages in there?
No. Yeah, well, yes, using volume weighted moving average and some weird time frames of SMAs, but the conditions are really set around the EMA 3 and SMA 14 of the stochastic momentum average, crossing above the 20% or crossing below the 80%, and also the moving average in volatility. So while it is,
Okay.
yes, while it's using what I'm doing is creating a system that really is directional volatility with a signal to buy and sell, to kind
Nice.
of dumb it down, into the simplest
Hmm.
form. But it's very difficult to achieve that because it,
Yeah, because chop kills.
yeah, and it's really probabilities based, and you're looking at getting stopped out at 5% trailing, so it'll
Yeah.
it'll do something similar to what Cryptic actually displayed to me in we use DAS Trader for trading. It's the direct
Sure.
access.
I know what it is.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
direct access. So that thing has a really cool feature that he coded into his montage, which is stop loss to break even.
Yeah.
My system also has something built in like that. So as soon as it's above a certain threshold of percentage and gain, it's going to set that area as the basis point to not allow price to fall below that, and then it'll take the
Sure.
next 5% up in profit.
Yeah. Kind of like a trailing stop.
Yeah, and that's the trailing stop at 5% with an offset of 1. So that's
Right.
that. So
Yep.
I don't know if I don't know if I should go wider or lesser or ease off the conditions, but there are a lot of conditions, and I'm working on I'm actually going to put this thing through a Monte Carlo system and see if I can get the best results and over thousands of iterations, because I have plenty of results here that I can use from different assets to really run this back test through a deeper analysis. Like you're familiar with the Monte Carlo system, are you?
Yeah.
Something like
Yeah.
that would really give me a more honed in result. And I think,
Yeah. Sure.
I think I have enough. Like for example, on the SPY, I have like I have a 6-hour upside back test from contraction to expansion, 6-hour upside from expansion to contraction, 6-hour downside from both those conditions as well. I think I have the 8-hour upside, 12-hour upside, daily upside and downside from
You're
all
like me,
four.
dude.
Yeah.
You're like me, because I don't use normal candles. I use 90-minute candles. I use 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. Because you know how it is. You get a different look on different ones. You're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. This one does not look good.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's always the potential of using like a typical broker exchanges will only give you the up to the 4-hour, and then it skips to a daily, but you're really
Yeah.
not looking at the traps
Well,
within a 6 or 8 or 12.
and the SPX, the ES, and the SPY all open at different times. So a
Yeah.
4-hour on the SPY is not a 4-hour on the SPX.
Yeah, and also the opening of the traditional markets at 4 hours is not the opening of the 4-hour candle.
Correct.
It's the bleed.
Exactly.
It's the bleed from 2 hours prior to 2 hours into the market open. So it's not a
Got
lot
him.
of not a lot of people know that, and it's kind of critical to then
Yeah.
use the 6-hour or something else that will close at the break of market open or something.
Exactly. And I'm usually never in a trade when that happens. I'm always out 10, 15 minutes early.
Oh, that's good. So you have a longer tolerance for your trade, so you hold longer. I for scalps, I don't care. I'll be in it regardless, as long as it's uh, you know how you can magnify your gains with zero
Yeah,
Ds or next day
sure.
expiries.
Or you can get killed.
Yeah, those
Hey,
are tough.
one thing I was going to throw out there is maybe, I don't know if you probably tried it already, but for the moving averages, I use Hike and Ashy moving averages.
Moving not the candles like this.
No, the moving averages.
No way. I've never even heard of that. What the hell?
Yeah.
Uh, let's
I
see.
use Hike and Ashy moving average, and it totally
It's
smooths it out.
volatility.
And
It's volume weight.
I trade on a 30-second for my entries.
I've never heard of that before. That's interesting. But yeah, Haikanashi, you're telling me they're sort of volume weighted or volatility weight moving average in some way, right?
It uses the Hike and Ashy calculation, but it's a moving average.
Wow.
So I use those. I use the moving average crosses with the Heiken Ashies, and I get very few false signals. Because you know how it is. Always when there's a turn happening, you're going to get that chop, that cross, that, you get that before the ship turns, Unless it's a straight fuck you candle, that's different. But,
Yeah, that'll
you,
just reject.
usually you'll get that distribution for a while and you get chopped up. But these, when they go, it's over.
And you're using it in a micro time frame. I'm noticing that it has I see why you would use it in a micro time frame, because it does have I mean, the confirmation here on a 5-minute, right? It was
I'll
actually
DM you the script. I'll DM you the script for it.
yeah. Let me. I would love to back test it, right? Because this
Yeah.
community script is not bad. It's actually 5 minutes late, but it's a good crossover, and the signal to cover. I know that they have a closing. These people have a long or whatever. They have the sales signals and whatever signals in here. I don't like any signals that say buy or sell unless I created them. So I don't trust their signals, right? But the crossover
Yeah, no,
here,
I don't use that one.
this is the opening of the candle here. That's the closing of the signal. So that would be, in this case, from the firing of this would be opening here and closing here. So that would be
But check it on the 30-second.
2, 3, 4. So that's a 4-point move to the downside, which is not bad. But yeah, let me see the
Are you on a
30-second
1 minute?
interval. I'm on a 5-minute. So let me see the
Okay.
let me see the micro. Oh yeah, it's way more reactive. Yeah, I can see how it's more. It's way more sensitive.
But but you're on. Mine are set to like 200, 300.
These are set to 10 and 20. So let me see.
Yeah, no, I can't do that.
Yeah, they're
Set
really.
it to.
So you're looking for the because they're 30-second intervals. So you're gonna wait for like what could be equivalent to a 5-minute trade or a 1-minute trade or something.
Well, it depends. I mean, sometimes when they cross, they go for hours. Sometimes days.
This was not bad, actually. This was an early bearish crossover, and then it started to fall like crazy. Well, like crazy.
Yeah.
It's relevant though. 571 to that's a 10-point move. Actually, holy crap, dude! Please send me your script on this. I want to know. I want to kind of back test it and see. I've never heard of Heiken Ashi moving averages, which is completely curious to me because it's
That's why I threw it out there, because I know you're a programmer too. So I figured you'll probably play with it and come up with some back testing ideas. I have it, and it's a double. It's a double. Each moving average is a double. So there's double smoothing. I got a 300 and 500 on a double smoothing, and then that's the slow signal, and then my fast signal is on a 100 120.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. There's
So
full conditions.
so you eliminate all that chop, and when it goes, it's over.
So to eliminate to eliminate chop, I was using whole moving averages. So which is
hole's a little too sensitive for me.
Yeah. So I had to slow it down.
I use the holes for years, but it's you get a lot of back and forth.
I noticed that I had to slow it down a bit, and Cryptic also noticed that from the algorithm. I'm using holes on this script.
So that you got a Heiken Ashi moving average on there right now?
I just kind of blocked the visibility on them, but this is I'm just gonna show you the like the 15-minute. Just a sec. Why?
Sorry, guys. I know you guys are all here for some more analysis. I'm gonna shut up.
So this right here. I created it's kind of a volatility cloud, but the clouds are based around 12 different Hull moving averages to determine the strength of the upside and downside with sell signals and buy signals. So it's a different. I'm trying to create something entirely different. So in Cryptic's backtest, he's noticing that he's getting what was the read, bro, that you're getting? You're getting like a 60% hit rate or something like that. It wasn't as high as other people, right? He was I think it was like I want to say out of 5 trades using only the script, I think he got around 3, or I forgot what he said. It was like a 60% average, which is not bad considering that you're only using this indicator when you should not use it that way in the first place. But I did find it curious that he was getting it because he's really tough with these things. He doesn't really believe in too much like this. He definitely believes in the forecast plus that I showed you, the model. He definitely believes in that one. But when it comes
looks good.
Yeah, but when it comes to smaller time frame things like this is made for scalping. So or for shorter term trades. He gets a little he's a little reluctant to it. But again, like I said, I'm trying to develop systems that can trade both the micro time frames and also the upper term, ideally, not beyond an hourly, because I really want consistent trading. But yeah, so far this was the first buy sell condition type of system that I have going that does have a pretty high hit rate. It depends on the time frames as well, right? So it's made to go from the 1 minute to the hourly actually. So within that, you would find the sweet spot, whether it's a 4 minute or whether it's whatever else, you'll find it somewhere, and you'll just back test it. You know what I mean?
Nice. Yeah.
So yeah, buddy. But
Cool.
yeah, man, thank you for at least keeping the crowd in in your
All right, I'm
thoughts
gonna
there.
shut up now. Do your thing.
Not a problem, my buddy.
Good job. Oh, and by the way, dude, your tracks were sick, bro. That was sick.
Oh man, thank you,
I
man.
mean, I used to produce music back in the day too, and the quality of your mix was tight as fuck, dude. I mean, that was ridiculous. And I can tell
I hadn't really mixed it yet.
Now that you said you're into music, I can tell because your voice on your mic for your stream is perfect.
Yeah, I'm running through a condenser mic,
Noise
right?
gates and shit.
I'm going through a DBX 676 2 preamp into
Yeah. I figured.
Yeah, I'm using Pro Gear so that you can hear this clarity in my voice, and everybody's like, dude, that's actually Zephram. He's in here. He's a really smart dude. He said, man, one of the things that attracted me to you was the clarity in the audio, because a lot of people just have junk audio.
Yeah, man. No, it's really good.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, enough out of me, guys. See ya
later, bud. Zeph, dude, I didn't even know you were in here, man. What's up, bro? Okay. So options, you're out, buddy? Sorry, I didn't see I didn't see you say did you say goodbye here? Oh, gotcha. You're gonna be in that flight. Be safe, man. Yuka Frita, what is up, bro? Dude, man, just expressing some of my thoughts here. But yeah, you guys, I think there's remember that when trading Netflix is you're super choppy, man. This asset really I don't like trading options on Netflix unless you have the balls to hold it all the way. But what I will say is that trading shares on Netflix would probably be the better thing. But it is setting itself up for a pretty nice move. Arca crazy with it, says Daniel. Oh yeah. You know what? Let me look at Tesla. Because I needed to touch on this fact for the community, right? So this was the bi-daily volatility versus stochastic momentum backtest. The conditions Remember, anytime that volatility contracts and then expands from that 15%, this is that firing of the signal. And one more time, just to remind whoever is observing here, this is this is almost fired, right? We need the moving average to be beyond the 15% with an upside pivot. We just got the buy daily close today, I think. Let me just see that we did. Yeah, I think we got it today. Tomorrow we'll see the effects of what happened during the 24-hour and the after hours. So this signal may actually fire off tomorrow. Now, another speculation was that this has 6 bi-daily bar closures while volatility was under the 2.4% of contraction. That means that this is the second largest contractive iteration that Tesla has had since right back here for 10 iterations in a contraction, December to January 2013. It has never had a deeper contraction phase since then. And this being that historic contraction phase and now firing off this very healthy expansion, it's only making me believe that there could be a very strong move to, or a continuation to the downside. Now, you know that I use stochastic momentum for that bias. I will say that it is, there is a potential to face a trend line regression rejection here. It's still a few points away from that bottom side, but I will say that if it does have this reversal, this may be very dangerous for the bears, because this can completely mean revert. And while the mean reversion on a buy daily may not appear to be so dangerous, if you are overextended, this can really bring you some pain. And the reversion for this was me without even looking, telling you that there would be an upside. You are well beyond 2 standard deviations of the mean here. That's a $240 reversion. So I am saying that if this doesn't continue a massive expansion phase with a downside pivot, then you will likely face a V-shaped recovery here and then catch yourself with a 40-point drawdown. So you definitely don't want to be in the wrong side of the trade here. And we have to trade with validations and confirmations here. So from this point on, I would not suggest exposure in Tesla unless we have this signal fired off. And the criteria, or the let's see, there are several samples that I gathered here throughout the trading history of the buy daily time frame. So yeah, this is coming up to 35 total iterations, of which 29 were guessed correctly to the downside, giving us an almost 83% probability for a downside move that can be almost 15% in decline. 15% is the equivalence of around 30 to 40 points from wherever the signal fires over the span of about a month. I just in case we continue to draw down from that just in case we continue to draw down further than the smaller lower bound of the first standard deviation, which is what I'm really looking for, 4.8 to 5% drawdown first, followed by the 68% of the results on a standard distribution curve which would be a decline of almost 10%. This is the realistic metric to look at. I know 15 points is there. I know it's there, but remember that it's just a mean. So if we want to get a closer look as to what can happen with a higher probability, then you look at your standard deviation, and the standard deviation is set to draw down around just under 10%. So that makes a lot of sense, because the average true range on a daily is set to be around $8.33. And let's just speculate here that if this were to fire off at the present valuation, which is $211.88, let's draw this down like $8, right? So that would be 200 what, $4 or something. So $203 around there would lead you to a close to a 4% drawdown. So that's already rhyming with your statistical lower bound of the first standard deviation, right? So that's why I'm looking at those moves as to be the likely ones to face first towards the downside. guys, it's tough. I will say that these are not certainties. They're just probabilities, and we have to take them as such because, dude, if they don't work and then we face the reversion based on a trend line regression rejection here, because you can definitely use this. If that happens, then that would be 2 touches of a regression support, which then creates a habit or creates a repeating iteration. And by the way, it may actually be, because if you look back here and then you kind of put this together there, you can see that this may actually be the second touch already. We may already be in that validation, right? See what I mean? Like this may already be validated, and this has a bigger chance of reverting there. So that's why I'm saying risk off until we have confirmations here, because this can dangerously revert on you, and we need to make sure to be on the right side of the trade. But yeah, this is it's converging momentum. You know, it's completely converging, and we need to make sure that we're not just, you know, we're just gonna you know, prime ape ourselves into a loss here. You know, we're gonna donkey ourselves into shit, and so we can't do that. So let's just be real careful as to how this thing shifts tomorrow. Yeah, literally. Tomorrow will be a very critical open at the so somebody please remind me. I always forget because there's always a bunch of requests and stuff. So please consider reminding me about where the Tesla bi-daily volatility versus momentum signal is sitting at the open, because that's the only place we're going to be able to see it. But yeah, so John, good evening, Arca from sunny Southern California. My brother, good to see you here. Good to see you. Coin Fox is saying, guys, I've seen a lot over the last 10 years, I bet, man. Oh, dude, bro. Coin Fox is saying that Arca and Cryptic are legit. My dude, thank you so much. Hound, bro, you had a green day, but burned through my cash early. Wanted to grab 0D calls on the SPY at the bottom, but couldn't. Watch them rip 1,000% without me. I would have taken profit before that. Still hard to watch, though, dude. I know, man. I know that feeling all too well, dude. And I have gotten burned like you have no idea, dude. And I know you have too. And it's part of the tuition, right, man? It's part of that zero sum game, man. We're gonna get some and we're gonna lose some, man. But we'll learn from every shot that we get, you know, to the with exposure. Having that skin in the game is really the best lesson, right? At least if you know to not over leverage, right? And then bet what you would be. We're not going to be comfortable with losing anything. I get it, but you know, bet what you would be not so incredibly unhappy with losing. I don't know if I'm making sense there. But Coin Fox, you can't go wrong with learning here. There's no bias, just good data and probability setups. Yeah, and you know what? That's something that Cryptic and I often talk about. We're ambidextrous traders. You know, we're both long and short. It doesn't matter. It's just whatever data is suggesting, whatever price is guided with. That's the direction we're gonna take, and then you know the rest is history. So options, buddy. Hey, Arca, Austin Private Wealth entered into a 100,000 put contract according to the 13F that was filed later, man. That was today. Dude, thank you. I don't know if I saw you there, buddy, but thank you so much. Danny Gonzalez saying, you the bomb, Arca. See you in the Discord tomorrow. YouTube. Oh, dude, thanks for reminding me too. Danny Gonzalez, be safe, be well. And I will extend an invite to the YouTube community to, you know, I want to tell you, right, that Friday may be my last live stream for these guided trades that I do daily, and I'm gonna be honoring the members of the private Discord, and we're gonna be trading this together. So I think that there would be less pressure in a private setting trading, right? So definitely consider hitting that link and joining the Arca Bulls trading team and trade alongside some really cool people. Coin Fox saying 13F was released today, but they have, I think, 30 days to file and report. So that 100K trade could have been at Tesla 230s. Wow. Right. That does have I'm very rough with my fundamental metrics, man. I'm like knee deep in like, or waist deep actually in physics and statistics that I forget about the the fundamental metrics. I came from fundamentals, right? But I just I noticed that a lot of the fundamental releases were not really a part of the immediate short term, and often didn't have reactions that were ideal. So I lost my ass a lot on those following 8Ks or 10K releases and stuff, and I'm like, man, and I didn't backtest the 8K or 10K, so I didn't even really know. It was again acting like a donkey. So dude, yeah, I hear you, Coin. So Danny Gonzalez saying would be smart to release that today to have everyone short and push the prices up tomorrow. I don't think we would be able to put the price up on $1 trillion on a trillion market cap. But yeah, it's a good note. Oh, B, I love you, dude. Now B just came back and said I will pay you forward my entire year's subscription to the Arca Bulls family, because I told him, dude, you are my guest, I'm going to put you in there. And even though I made him my guest because he's literally one of the earliest supporters that I've had here, he's still fronted the $120 for his whole year, the $9.99, right, dude? I love you, man. Oh my goodness, dude. You are so kind, my brother. And man, I'm working to getting to trade a bigger portfolio myself, right? So I've been trading a very little time, so building that and also keeping up with your kids and your mortgage and all that stuff it's tough. Danny Gonzalez saying on Tesla, I meant Arca, that they released the 13F on purpose so that people go short tomorrow and market makers push the price up. Oh, you mean as a trap? You're talking about a short squeeze. So if there, or a gamma ramp, right? So if there is a like a gamma squeeze going on, then that would kind of validate my thesis on stochastics, the stochastic convergence. Sorry, geez, man. Sometimes these words are way too close. So yeah, that would kind of further validate the stochastic convergence, and the pivotal point would be with a slightly lower downside to get the shorts to open up even deeper, right, and then completely bear trap. The thing reverses with a huge expansion phase. Oh man, that would be a perfect setup. I will tell you that. Oh goodness, man. And I don't have a backtest for an upside on the buy daily on Tesla, which is just magnificent. So Daniel Gonzalez saying, because the 100K put news release seems too sweet, but yes, definitely wait for validation tomorrow. Oh my goodness, dude. Couldn't be more right. It couldn't be more right with that statement, dude. Thank you so much for that. And yeah, for the shorter term, just know that I am expecting a bounce to the upside, and it could be a pretty nice bounce too, right? 5-minute time frame closing above the SMA 50 here, which could introduce a continuation to that top side, and that would naturally resist at the prior day's after hours high. So that would be right around the 212.70. So if that's the case, then we may be building an ascending triangle of sorts. I mean, this is a continuation formation for now. If we're looking at psychological little things here, then this would be a bear pennant, right? Or that this can be a continuation formation for the downside. Price convergence after a downside is a downside continuation. That doesn't mean what, like, it doesn't mean that it's gonna do it. And remember that this is an hourly time frame. Formations on an hourly. I don't have high regard for formations under an 8 hour. Let's just say that. So lesser strike rates, lesser batting average down into the shorter time frames, at least from the back tests and stuff. And CoinFox saying we saw massive buy blocks today too. Oh, okay. So Danny Gonzalez saying this means market makers are loading up the warehouse to sell at higher prices. Dude, that's interesting. Tesla weekly candle is a reversal candle. Inverted hammer near support is dangerous. I'd say the real move could be next week. Yeah. Now I put out this I did a meta back test 3 days ago, and I stated that there could be I think it was I don't remember saying between 8 or 9 or 7% or 7 point to 17 point drawdown coming into I think yesterday or the day before yesterday. We ended up getting a 10-point drawdown on this, and the stats were done before it just immediately recovered and continued to that 384. So, or I'm sorry, where did 377? Sorry. So I'm wondering if that's gonna be the direct. This pullback was the one that I was speaking of, right? So loaded short here, took profits way down there at the 2.618, daily estimate 20. That this is what I think Tesla may do. It may do that. I don't believe in this, by the way. I don't believe it. I don't really use Wyckoff whatsoever. But it could be one of those springs, those terminal shakeouts. If it is going to be that, then I'm keen to back testing that Wyckoff distribution to reaccumulation at prior. I'm sorry, I'm a little rough on my Wyckoff, but at the prior prior low or prior support, I forgot what it's called, or last point of support, the LPS. That I think that could be something that Tesla may be performing, and it would be the final, like per se, a final hurrah to that downside, because I still, even though I know we were short on this since 241 pretty much, right? So I still feel like it may have one more push to the downside into that 206.89 to 207.81. Complete the target from the bear pennant hourly, and then bounce. I'm not sure of that, but we have to just be reactive to whatever could be happening. And I see that potentially happening into market open. First 30 minutes to the hour is where I would expect that low to happen. So who knows? Maybe the deep state is maybe sure, that is true. Cryptic, cabrón, ¿por qué estás tan callado, güey? No te oigo. Hold on. Cryptic came in here and secretly is capitulating. But yeah, you guys, I think this is a pretty good place to leave off. I just want to remind everyone to please consider joining the Arca Bulls trading team and come by and trade with us. We're doing this every single morning. I think the majority of the last 2 weeks have been green, which is absolutely terrible. Sometimes it's good to be a little humbled, right? So, and we need to keep ourselves in check. But I really need to get to my son, and I know that my wife is also getting a little bit tired out there. So it'd be greatly appreciated to cut it here, team, and then continue on in the morning. I will be there at about 6:20 a.m. Pacific time alongside you. So please consider. Please consider, wow, hitting that link. Overclockaholics, my dude, saying morning scrubs. Oh, late to the stream, dude. It's all good, my bro. Very good to see you. And yeah, man. So looking for some curious moves tomorrow, man. Yeah. So I love you, team. I love everybody. Thank you so much for coming on by, for supporting the channel and everything, right? So if you have any questions or concerns, you know where to reach me. But I think, yeah. So Sebastian, what you saying, man? I still got some puts in it, dude. Not sure if I should just get out of the dude. Make sure to be in the stream, right? I mean, at the pre-market. Make sure to be there, okay? Because I will now know that you do. Aiden, love you, buddy. Of course. Fed speaking housing data in the A. Oh, God. Okay. Buckle up is right. They have a tendency of mangling the markets. Yep. Whipsaw is right. But yeah, team. So I think we should just be there and present. Sebastian, make sure not to miss that. Be there, buddy, because now I'll know that you have exposure in that. I know that you said it earlier, but I'll remember now. Manus Bond, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Zephyr posted donkey there. Donkey. All right, guys. Appreciate everybody. Let me go ahead and sign out here. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Never, never, never. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well a very, very good rest of your night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.